From the stars to our soul, it's worth more than all the gold. Nature's strength, nature's strength. Traditionally, one of the first things my people taught their children is how important it was to pay attention to how we use our energy, whether that's anger or depression or sadness. How we use our energy in controlling that is key to being successful in life and fulfilling our sacred dream. Our emotions can be understood by the chemicals or hormones that are associated with them. In our body, we can see that it's a hormonal recipe that's responsible for the way we feel. If we're angry, we have an overabundance of noradrenaline. If we're happy, our serotonin and endorphins are flowing freely. Now this brings about a pivotal question. Which comes first, the chicken or the egg? If we're happy and everything is right in our world, and we are artificially subjected to an overload of noradrenaline, we'll suddenly become angry with no apparent external circumstances to contribute to that anger. This is what happens when people have brain damage. They may have no obvious reason to experience the emotions they're going through, but the chemicals in their body are out of alignment with reality. So it can work in reverse as well. If our world is imperfect, and we all know that it is, but we use mindfulness to create an environment in our body that's equated with peace and happiness, one that gives us the hormones we need to feel relaxed and supported, we can take control of our emotions. The key to being able to do this is in understanding what my teachers called the choreography of our energy. It can be confusing when learning a new concept, particularly when we've been thinking in a completely different way all of our life. So let's look at this through the eyes of a child. Like learning a new language, we have to start with the simple basics. Now, in my previous episodes, I've discussed how being in nature can bring us in harmony with the Schumann frequency, the natural frequency of the earth. The wheels in native strength can give us a deeper understanding of this. We see that the plant world is in the West, and as you know, the West stands for the physical body. It also represents the givers. When we're surrounded by nature, the plants naturally give our physical body their energy and put us in alignment with the Earth's natural frequency. I personally think it's pretty amazing that the original inhabitants of this hemisphere had a way to explain this phenomenon long before these things were understood by modern science. You may have heard me speak before about my personal health issue, and it's really important as far as what we just discussed about our hormones and that chart I just showed you and how our hormones are responsible for our emotions. The pituitary gland is the master gland. It's responsible for all of our hormones, not just the ones that cause our emotions, but the ones that are responsible for keeping us alive. So those are the ones I have to replace in order to stay alive. But as my pituitary gland was dying, I experienced all kinds of emotion for no reason because these hormones were being put out into my body with no stimulus to cause them. In other words, something that would really make me angry or something that would really make me sad. So I became painfully aware of which hormones cause which emotions. And some of these hormones are necessary for life, like cortisol. But it can also cause emotions. So I have to be very in tune with my body and realize when my anger is coming from something that would cause a normal, healthy person to be angry, or when it's coming from me having too much steroid to keep me alive. And I have to realize that and be aware of that. This has helped me exponentially. It's a blessing in disguise for several reasons. It's helped me to understand the relationship between our hormones and our emotions. And it's helped me to do the research. It's given me that incentive to do the research to find out that yes, we can control the emotions, and that will control the amount of hormones that are being released. If something has caused us to feel, let's say, angry, of course we're going to have that hormonal release. We've had an external cause that would cause us to do that. Now, at that point, we can decide to just leave it be and go with it. Or we can say, now, I realize that not only is my anger justified, but it's hurting my body in many ways. So it would be better off to spin the wheel from the south of emotions to the north of logic, intent, wisdom, and think about this. I can still be angry at this person and not trust them or let them in to do me more damage without feeling the full extent of my anger. I can logically say, this person did me wrong. Yes, I should be cautious of this person, maybe not speak to them or interact with them anymore, certainly not trust them to a degree, if at all. But that doesn't mean that I have to go, I'm so mad, and allow myself to feel that. I can acknowledge that that is a valid feeling and act accordingly, without allowing it to do the damage on my body. And you can do this as well. I wasn't taught by somebody else who had my condition. I was taught by normal people, presumably just like you. So this is something that you as well are capable of. And this is why we taught our children this, so they would also be capable of controlling their emotions and using their energy wisely, positively, to be good determiners of how they use their energy in the world.
From the stars to our soul, it's worth more than all the gold.